So tonight, I'm here to just review something that's close to my heart, because in the last 6 months or so, this whole subject of lectins became a part of my practice, my life, and is changing the lives of patients by the day. And it's on the subject of this inflammatory, sticky proteins called lectins that have been around and known about for over 100 years. And been popularized in the last 20 or so years with the book and the wisdom of Dr. Damaro and his father, Senior and Junior, who wrote the book Eat Right for Your Type. So I don't know if any of you have heard that, seen that book or read it. I read it approximately 20 years ago, and it's basically a book split a bit into the sections of your blood type. It's either O, like myself, A, B, or AB. But the principle is, if you eat certain foods for a certain blood type, then you have reactions in the body. And the whole basis for that science is based on lectins, which I didn't know until just a few days ago. And so that's a great resource. And the other thing that just came to my mind recently was the Dr. Gundry podcast show. And I've been scratching my head and how to get answers from Dr. Gundry, because I phoned up his office and talked to some of the staff, but it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. I've been following his posts on Instagram, which are helpful but not really specific for my needs. But just recently I came across his podcast show and started listening to it, and he was sharing a few different things and a reminder of his diet approach, which is kind of a 6-week regimen, which is split up into 3 sections. The first section is phase 1, which is strictly no lectin. It's a 3-day process where you don't have any foods to do with lectins or inflammatory proteins. The phase 2, it's about 6 weeks long, and that's related to how to deal with lectins, how to detoxify them, because these are toxic proteins in the amazing plant species that are causing harm to our bodies when we eat them, like in a tomato, cucumber, pepper. The seeds and the skins of these vegetables are actually causing harm to our bodies. So, you've tricks of the trade, like using a pressure cooker or a slow cooker to detoxify these toxins. And then the third phase is reintroducing the foods with lectins one at a time to see if you're okay with it. It's something I tried with basmati Indian white rice, and I found that I got quite sleepy, sedated, fatigued when I ate this rice in midday or around lunchtime, but less of effect in the evening, which I thought was interesting. So Dr. Gundry is, in my opinion, a world leader in the field of lectin research, and he's been practicing over 10 years. His advice to patients has literally been saving lives: coronary artery disease, autoimmune diseases, diabetes, obesity, people on kidney dialysis with diabetes, and chronic brain diseases like chronic pain and Parkinson's, dementia, and ALS. So he's amazing, credible cardiothoracic surgeon who's moved on to exclusively treat people with a plant-based diet, and specifically a lectin-free or a lectin-reduced diet. His textbook on this subject, or his book on this subject, is Plant Paradox. It's available online and in most stores, although it's in now 34 countries with massive millions of people being reached with this treatment. The local library is a good resource as well for some people who manage to get it. So I want to leave you tonight with a couple of tips, because it's something I had forgotten, to be honest, about the 3 different phases. It's not just about getting rid of lectins, it's about reducing them and finding what is your path, what is right for your body, and therefore moving forward with it. But the podcast show is a great idea. Dr. Gundry podcast show, it's called. You can look it up on iTunes and other platforms, and you could log on to what he's got to say every week and enjoy the education that comes his way. So that's all I have for you tonight. I'm off now to enjoy a little get-together with my colleagues from Scouts, and it should be a good time for an hour or so. And I look forward to next week for another show and another live streaming. So have a great evening, and or whatever time of the day you may be watching this. And just a reminder, this is for information only. If you've got issues with your pain, you should go to your physician or nurse practitioner or healthcare provider who can help you with this subject. So I'll bow out now, and I wish you a very good day.